Good morning. It's a little bit dark, hence the grainy footage. I do apologise. It's 7:15 in the morning. I'm up in Milton Keynes. I left my house on the south coast in Stubbington at 5 o'clock this morning to beat the traffic. I needed to be here for about 8 o'clock, so I'd rather get here a bit earlier than stress with the traffic on the M25 and the M1 on a weekday. I don't need that. Need a cup of coffee, I know that much. So I'm up here for the 2-day event, the Aquascape Academy. If you may or may not know, you would have seen by now, hopefully on some of my previous videos, Aquascape is a company whose products I use when I create a fish pond or a water feature or a waterfall for somebody, anything with running water, not my usual the wildlife ponds. They're an American based company, and we have one main supplier over here in the UK, and that is Water Feature Shop, run by the lovely Mark Wilson, who is known as the Pond Advisor, and his lovely wife Charlotte. They also run Pond College, where I attended March this year, and I met up with a lot of the guys who are going to be here today. A couple of the other American pond builders came over for that event, and for this event this couple of days we have got the man himself, Mr. Greg Wittstock, the founder and the CEO of Aquascape. He's known as the pond guy online. He's got a great catchphrase, which is "I love my job." Sounds a lot better in his American accent than my quite boring southern English accent. Anyway, I'm hoping he'll do that for me later. That'd be good to get on video. Anyway, and also we got his right hand man, Mr. Brian Helfrich. He is here as well, from Team Aquascape YouTube channel. He has done some fantastic projects all around the world. He's done some really big projects, obviously in America, but in Spain and Australia as well. Really good pond designer. His sketches and his artwork coming up with the designs for the ponds is something to behold as well, rather than just as well as the builds. So I'm at the Leonardo Hotel, which is just across the road there, so I will head over in a minute. Like I say, hopefully there will be some coffee on the go. I'm not going to do any filming obviously of the event. We've all paid to be here, and this is really an event to sort of how we can build our pond building businesses. As you know, I'm wildlife friendly with my approach to everything. I do love my wildlife ponds, and I love my pollinator friendly planting, but I also like running water. I find it very soothing, as you can see in my my home stream and pond that I built using Aquascape products, and I've obviously built a few for customers, but I really like to develop that side of the business more. So I'm hoping this event can sort of give me some new ideas how to reach out, how to persuade people, if you like, the way to go is an Aquascape Ecosystem pond, which means that the pond itself works with the nature rather than against it. It uses natural filtration through rock and gravel. As the water passes through, over time the beneficial bacteria starts clinging to these stone and gravel, and as the water passes through, it naturally cleans it, as well as all the planting in the pond, which takes all the nitrates out. So there's no UV filters, there's none of these horrible external big filter boxes, so everything's done naturally, which is perfect for my business ethos. So hopefully I will be able to maybe catch Greg or Brian or even Mark for a little chat on here, which would be really good. Other than that, I'm going to head over in a minute and I'll catch up with you later on. Okay, I've managed to grab one of the main men, Mr. Brian Helfrich from Team Aquascape. Check out his channel, fantastic channel.
I appreciate it.
This man here has designed and built more water features than you can imagine. I've got to ask you, where do you get your inspiration from after the thousands you've built and designed? You wake up every morning.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think even from when I started 30-some years ago, all the inspiration comes from nature, right? And so as a young kid, like so many other pond builders, we all started off by loving the outdoors and everything else, and hiking up streams and hiking around lakes and ponds and those natural features.
Yep.
And in fact, even to this day, we make it mandatory for our entire crew to 2 to 3 times a year to go on a nature hike. Perfect. And make sure we're still getting inspired by the things that got us into this job.
Yeah,
team building and everything else.
Exactly.
And a lot of times you can get, you can start, even though as long as I've been doing it and everything we try to do is to mimic Mother Nature, if you don't go out and constantly get inspired by Mother Nature, you kind of fall into this man-made look. And we've got to get re-inspired because nobody's doing it better than Mother Nature, right? How Mother Nature creates waterfalls, how Mother Nature twists and turns streams, how the gravel even works in the bottom. You know, where's the big gravel versus the little gravel?
It's a little detail.
The current pushes the small gravel and deposits it further away. The big gravel stays closer towards the main fall and stuff.
It's these things that make
all the edge work and everything else. How does Mother Nature create waterfalls out of logs and log jams and stuff? So Mother Nature is 100% the best way.
It's the best mental.
Yeah, and that's exactly how, after talking with you quite a bit, that's how you're inspired, right?
My whole business ethos, as everybody on my channel knows, is wildlife friendly gardening. I do a lot of the wildlife ponds, but I'm loving to do a lot more of these Aquascape Ecosystem ponds and tell my people about the ecosystem, how it can vital being wildlife friendly as opposed to.
So years and years ago, the owner Greg Wittstock said we want to build eco-friendly ponds, right? Ecosystem type ponds. Instead of using gadgets and widgets and stuff and chemicals to treat the water features, let's just go study the cleanest bodies of water in nature. And one of the main things you'll see with the cleanest bodies of water in nature, they almost always have a rock and gravel substrate, right? There's always, and they also have good circulation and water movement and everything else. And so we just really paid attention to that stuff and decided we would try to mimic Mother Nature. And the more we mimic Mother Nature, the cleaner and cleaner our ponds are.
Fantastic.
The more we try to recreate the wheel, the more problems we bring in, right? We get further away.
Go back to basics.
So just go back to basics, you know? Fantastic. She figured it out way before we did.
We're just mimicking the boss. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate your time. Cheers. Great to finally see you. I feel like I've known this guy for ages, watched hundreds of his videos, and even better, he's a fellow redhead in the pond building game, and he's the same age as me.
There we go.
Almost like brothers.
Where's your grey?
It's coming soon. Cheers, Brian.
Cheers.
So, hello, I'm back in the room now. Day one is over. Been a really good day chatting with everybody, meeting some new people. We've got guys here over from Sweden, Slovakia, Norway, South Africa, as well as all the UK guys. So really good to see everybody here. Today's main talking was from the main man himself, Greg Wittstock, about how to sort of build your pond building business, all the tips, all the help that they can give us. So that is really insightful. Tomorrow the talk is going to be from Brian Helfrich. Looking forward to that. I spent a lot of time talking with Brian today, as you've seen with the little interview clip. Really lovely fella. He's got a lot of time to share, so it's really nice actually spending some time with him, as well as everybody else, with Mark, the pond advisor as well. I'm going to get an interview with him tomorrow, and get a chat with him on tape. How old am I? On digital media. Anyway, it's been a long day. I've had very little sleep. It's time for bed. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, I've grabbed the main man here from England, UK, however you want to say it, Mr. Mark Wilson, also known as the Pond Advisor, runs Pond College, owns water feature shop where all us UK aquascape installers get all their gear. Mr. Mark Wilson. Now he is the pioneer. He basically brought aquascape products over to the UK. How many years ago now was it, Mark?
2013, 2014. So it was. I went to Chicago in 2013 and then brought products back in 2014, and then started bringing in containerfuls in 2019. So became a distributor of the Aquascape product. It was more building my own stuff, making some. But yeah, the lifestyle is just. You know, that's the biggest thing. It's not really product. It's you understand this.
Yeah, living the aquascape lifestyle, as Greg says. We've all got aquascape ponds in our gardens, so we can generally talk to potential customers about why we think it's a good investment for them in their garden. Just the whole process. how the system runs. It's such a clean, efficient system, working with nature, not against nature. And really, everyone in this room here today, I mean, we've got 80, 90 guys, all fit in Aquascape products. And to be honest, if it wasn't for Mark and his initiative all those years ago, thinking I want to use the American system, bring it over here, we wouldn't be doing it because, you know, we didn't have the product here.
Yeah.
It's very much an American-based product at the
Yeah,
time.
I was building for 25 years traditionally, and then went over to Pandemonium in 2013, and then saw the lifestyle, and I didn't realise that what I had to give, and I get emotional because I've changed people's lives, changed my own life, and it's all about the lifestyle. And the Aquascape product is a modular system, so you can go as big or as little as you want. You can get as creative as you want, but it's about the lifestyle. It's about those quality times with family members or quality time with wildlife. It's just, it's a different system. It's not designed to filter dirty water. It's designed for a lifestyle. So it's like you can go and sit and enjoy your pond as you know.
Oh, absolutely.
You live it.
I live it. Have a cup of coffee out there, beer out there, family, have the barbecue around it. You don't have to have fish in it. You can just look at it as a beautiful piece of artwork in your garden with the rocks, the waterfalls, spillway bowls. So many options that you can design around. Still got the same basic 20 steps that we know to create them, and then the possibilities are endless with what you want to do with it, really. And it's what inspired me to get into this business was the Aquascape product. And I talk to a lot of people when I'm working in their houses. They get very excited about it. I'm lucky enough, I've got a couple of projects this year already fitting Aquascape products for local customers. And it's really about spreading the word more because, I mean, I don't know how you feel. I think for years, especially in England, we've kind of been stuck in a rut of quite formal looking ponds, UV lights, external, ugly looking filters, it's outside. The pond is normally a raised one. It doesn't look particularly attractive. It's somewhere to put fish in. It's not a water feature. It's a house for fish, really. Whereas the whole Aquascape design with the rocks, the gravel, the lighting, you want to look at it. You don't have to have fish. You can don't have enough to have a pond. Pondless water features. Just the sound of water, I find, is just soothing.
For me, I've boiled it down to like there's a water feature for everybody, and the water features that we love are for nature lovers. And that's the key thing. Is it's like working with Mother Nature, not against her. Where there's a lot of sterile water features that you have to put in a lot of chemicals, a lot of you're trying to combat, you're trying to control Mother Nature. Where if you build something natural with with Mother Nature
system,
if you get in it, you don't feel like you need to go and have a shower because it's sort of like it's completely natural. The newts, the dragonflies, the fish, it's all part of the ecosystem. They're less stressed because the enrichment that they get, so they're one of the biggest fish killers or wildlife killers is stress. Where if you give the natural sustainable water features, it's all sort of like it's basically a case of building for the sustainable and the client as well. But essentially, if you're a nature lover, these are the systems that you need.
Certainly, and as viewers of my channel know, my ethos, wildlife friendly gardening, is perfect, and Aquascape works perfectly well alongside the normal, more static wildlife ponds I do. For me, the best system using running water is an Aquascape system. It works with nature, not against it. Enough said, really.
So it's really a case of, if you think about the still water wildlife, you're building it for different animals, but at the same time, in the Aquascape ecosystem pond, you can create stiller areas. And the reason why I like the moving water probably the same, it's easier to keep. So if you build a still water wildlife pond, it's better than no pond, but at the same time, it's a watering hole, it's a static system. Yes, you're going to get mosquitoes unless you encourage the dragonflies, but at the same time, you need to build those ponds with the right plants to attract the dragonflies, and then the dragonflies eat the mosquitoes. It's all an ecosystem.
Exactly,
So you're not overrun. A lot of people, all over the world, it's like, if you build a pond that's still, you're going to get a load of mosquitoes. But if you build a pond and you don't attract the mosquitoes, you're not going to attract the apex predators
cycle of life.
dragonflies.
Absolutely.
But if you've got the moving water, then you can incorporate mechanical and biological filtration. It's a lot easier for you to manage and live the lifestyle, rather than with a stillwater wildlife pond. You are the mechanical filter, so you have to remove the bits. And sometimes it's really, really hard because it's, you want to manage it, you want to maintain it, and it's like that's the time where you don't really want to be disturbing it. So
that's true. Yeah, it's that fine line.
So having the sort of like the running water, you're moving all the mechanical waste to the side, having a pitched net over it, that's really important. If you can get a pitched net, then you don't get the leaves touching the water.
Dragging in the middle, which you see a lot. Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate your time.
No problem.
I've met you before anyway, and finally great to get you on a little chat on video for the channel. So thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next on my little conveyor belt of interviews, as we like, I've got Toby here, UK sales manager for Aquascape. How long have you been doing the job, Toby?
So I started with Aquascape in October last year, so I've been with Aquascape for just over a year. It's been a whirlwind. Absolutely loved it. Meeting all you amazing people as well that want to build the Aquascape pod.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. And what do you like most about the Aquascape products and the way of life? Because that's what it's sold as. It's a lifestyle.
It's the lifestyle. We saw yesterday how important these ponds are to people. We're telling some stories. For me, it's a sustainability factor. It's the fact that they're a complete ecosystem. You're using all of that healthy bacteria to keep that pond clean. You're not trying to eradicate anything. So no UVs, no drum filters, things like that. Everything is built into the system, and they're sustainable and they last for a very long time. That's why I love it so much.
And everything that's doing the job, where your pump, your filtration, it's all hidden. So what you're left with is a completely natural looking watering hole, if you like.
100%.
You're going to get nature visiting it, wildlife, birds are going to be drinking. I've seen it in my own pond, as people see on my channel. The frogs are there, the birds are there, dragonflies, bees, butterflies, planting.
You build it, they will come.
They certainly will. So what have you got planned? What does 2025 look like for you?
2025 looks like for me. So we're in the growing stage at the moment. So we've been in the UK for about 4 or 5 years through Mark and Landscape Plus. So my job now is just to grow it, to make sure that everybody knows about it. And we're also going to be doing a lot more with designers over the next couple of years. And then the landscapers who are installing, we want to make sure that there's lots of training events. People understand the systems. So there'll probably be about 5 or 6 next year. So I'd love to see it.
I definitely will be. And one of the things I'm interested in definitely doing is for 2025 is the CAC scheme. Just a quick word about what the CAC scheme is.
So the CAC scheme is a certified aquascape contractor program. So what that means is that we then back you, and we say that we're comfortable that you can fit our equipment to a very high standard. And the benefits from that CAC program means that you go on a locator system, which means that then we can start generating some leads for you. We also have Facebook groups and pages where you can get all the support you need.
Fantastic.
And all the chances to go to America, do all the regional builds in this country.
All the big builds that we see online all the time that we can only dream of.
That's it.
Fantastic. Well, that sounds great. Well, we're going to be seeing a lot more each other. Thanks for your time, man.
Pleasure. No,
have a good Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Right, my final interview of the day, I have got the main man, Mr. Greg Wittstock.
The pond guy.
The pond guy, the founder, the CEO of Aquascape, all the way from Chicago.
It's fantastic to come over to your island. Congratulations on winning the Aquascape Pond Kit.
I've not told anybody that yet.
Being responsible for the one guy that was actually able to answer the technical question that I asked. And this is why I love to say, I love my job.
There you go. I told you it sounds much better in this man's voice than mine. Just a quick one. Can you just tell my customers, my potential customers, who want a water feature, a pond in their garden, why I should install an Aquascape Ecosystem pond or water feature for them?
The concept is to work with Mother Nature, not against her. There is nothing that you could put in your yard that will bring more enjoyment than a decorative water feature, regardless of how old you are, young kids to older people. And when you work with Mother Nature, not against her, and create an Aquascape ecosystem, you attract wildlife. Water is life, and it's the best way to enjoy an environment.
I could not have said it better myself, which is why I asked this man. As you can tell, he's done a lot of talking yesterday. His voice is hanging in there. But it's the voice that we all know and love.
But I love my job.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
So I'm back here in my room after day 2, another brilliant day. Lots of listening, lots of learning, lots of interaction, lots of chatting with all this brilliant community here, this Aquascape community. It's so supportive. Everyone's got a real good togetherness feeling. So many good characters here. It's been a lot of fun, last night, as you may have heard from that video, it'd been a long day for me with no sleep, and there was a free bar. So yeah, that video may have looked a little bit, might have been a little bit worse for wear, but I've had a brilliant day today. Brian did a lot of the talking today, a lot of advice and description of installation, design ideas and costings, which as business owners is very important. So that's a brilliant day, and as you heard in my little chat with Greg earlier on, I did manage to win a pond kit, which is fantastic. I've got some ideas already how I'm going to be using that, which stay tuned to the channel, subscribe, like, all the rest of it. I will be announcing details of that early next year. So yeah, looking forward to the next get together, which will be up at Pond College in Northampton, run by Mark Wilson, who you saw earlier in one of my other chats. Lovely fella, spent a lot of time with him this weekend, so that was good. So end of March, Pond College, meeting up with all these fantastic people again. Can't wait. That's it for now. Wait, that was going to be the end of the video, but whilst driving home on a journey that took twice as long as it should have because of the traffic, horrible rainy weather, did a lot of thinking. And as you've heard, I had a great time the last couple of days. And I'm going to do a few more videos in the near future to explain a little bit more of my thought process, of everything that I learned and listened to, and not just with the American Aquascape guys, but the existing UK pond contractors. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But I just thought, what an amazing yet ridiculous time I had. And when I say ridiculous, what I mean is, we'd finished the 2 days, the planned events as it were, and we're in the bar, and there's a few of us there that hadn't gone home, stayed the second night as it were, and I'm sat there having a beer, and I'm having a laugh with Greg Wittstock, who you've seen, the CEO, the founder of Aquascape. He's got $1 billion company, he's a multi-millionaire, and I'm sat across the table joking with this guy. And then I've got Brian and all the other American guys that came over, and I've got the English guys, and we're all having a beer, having a laugh, and we're cheers. And then I look over and I'm sitting with there's a Swedish guy and a Norwegian guy that I've really got on well with the weekend as well. So skål. Of course, they all speak perfect English. And then I turn around and I've got Urban, a fella from Slovenia, lovely guy. We ended up being the last two standing. We were still having a chat and a drink at 2:30 in the morning. Of course, he's speaking perfect English because, my Slovenian's gone a little bit rusty over the years. And we're talking about this and that, like we're old friends. And it is ridiculous that how many different nationalities and ways of life all got together because of a passion for pond building. And that's what it is. It is generally a lifestyle. That's what the Aquascape is. Not just for the customers, but for the installers as well, the pond builders. So talking with Urban, and we're talking about me going over to help him on the pond build over in Slovenia in April next year possibly, which would be amazing. He'll show me some of the sites and whatnot. So yeah, you make these friends in the most ridiculous of situations really, and you come away thinking, where else would I have met that many different people from across the world, different walks of life. I also learned the Slovenian word for cheers, which is upa. So I hope I pronounced that right and didn't offend anyone. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to do a little add-on the end of this video. Just interact with people, push yourself out there, follow your dream, and yeah, who knows who you're going to meet. Okay, that's it for now. Definitely.